So there's a video where there's like a dude in a gorilla suit, and it's just like close-ups on him. You think it's a real gorilla at first, and it's the song like I remember, right? And then it gets to the point where it breaks up and it pulls out, and he's at a drum set. He's like,
Youporn.com?
Yeah, youporn.com. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for whatever the fuck today is, because I am jet lagged. What is today?
Wednesday,
the 13th?
Which is a word that has been fucking up Cool Greg.
What a great tweet that was.
One of the best tweets. Can you find that for us?
Yeah, I'll look
Kevin,
into it.
while you're waiting for us? So,
I'm Nick Scarpino, this is Andy Cortez, of course.
Hi, guys.
From
Good morning.
Kind of Funny. What is good? Does he not understand the Wednesday?
It was one of those, like...
Hold on, I'm working on it.
The word Wednesday's been fucking me up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
For all of my life. For all of his life.
Oh, the whole life.
Similar to how, like, are there two L's in this word? Are there two T's in this word? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's one of those situations.
Sorry.
Are you sure you don't? I could cover it.
Nah, it's fine. It's my prop. I'll call him back later.
The word Wednesday got me beat. I never remember how to spell that shit. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I even say that shit right.
I like that he spelled I don't know with I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like that you can make up words these days and people just have to get it or else they're not cool. But if they don't get it, they're not the cool ones.
Nick, there's a character limit.
I feel like that happened with Dunno and wanna and gonna. Like, that shit just kind of got forced into our
It's an evolution, right? What happened was I want to went to I wanna, right?
Yeah.
That's my generation. My generation was like I wanna, right? Then there was the generation after me, which was like they would just kind of shorten it a little bit, like sups, or you know what I mean? Like instead of like what's up, they'd be like sups, or like or they would make acronyms out of shit. And now people are doing this shit. It's like I don't know.
I don't know.
Like they're talking. They're not. It's not even phonetic anymore. Now it's just like some other. Like you've got gum in your mouth.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Here's another thing that. This is a pretty big like deal.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. What is it? Lay it on me.
It's not really, but this was like a year ago on the RT podcast.
Sure.
Where Bernie Burns is talking about the word "whoa." How do you spell that?
Whoa.
Like whoa.
W-H-A-O, I think.
W-H-O-A.
O-A, excuse me.
So a lot of people.
Everyone says wow.
So now people do W-O-A-H with the H at the end.
Yeah.
And and so he was talking about when did this happen? When did this shift in our fucking, in our world happen where people are not putting the H at the end instead of the second letter?
It happened right around the time where literally stopped meaning literally, I think.
No, that was very recently.
When people started saying literally, and then in the dictionary they actually had to change the definition because people would keep saying, I literally am starving right now.
That was like last year. It's upsetting.
That means the world is fucking
it's hyperbole.
It's hyperbole, but now it means the opposite of what the word is supposed to mean.
Yep.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, the Kind of Funny Morning Show comes to you each and every day at 11 a.m. Pacific time here at kindoffunny.com, youtube.com/kindoffunny, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, all that jazz. We're watching it live right now with a bunch of people. If you want to subscribe to us, you have 2 ways, actually 3 ways, so you can do that now, which is fun. Of course, what do you get for your subscription? What the hell was that?
What the fuck was that?
Someone just kicked a school bus outside and it went twitch.tv. Yeah. Sorry, I just heard my voice. That was discombobulated. Of course, you can give us your hard-earned money to be a subscriber here. You could also, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. What do you get with the subscription? Well, you get private chat time with us, you get cool emotes, you get to play games with us when we stream those on Twitch. And then, of course, Twitch is doing something cool. Kevin, let's bring that up. And for the month of September, we'll give you half off of the first month you sub to any partner or affiliate. Broadcaster still gets the full amount. That's pretty awesome. So Twitch and Amazon are really going out of their way to get you guys to subscribe to these channels. Of course, Amazon Prime is free, so if you have Amazon Prime, go over and do that, yada, yada, yada. Of course, you can't watch this live. You're like, dude, I don't have time for this. I live in the future.
Who's got time?
Who's got time?
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, we post this to YouTube every day. We also post this to podcast services all around the world, like iTunes, SoundCloud, if that's still a thing, and all sorts of other cool stuff. So there's lots of ways to get this content into your ears, into your eyes, into your mouth if you want it. Next piece of housekeeping, of course, Cooking with Greggy, episode 1 is live. We're watching the debut trailer right now, which is great. It's live for Patreon subscribers. So if you subscribe to us at patreon.com/kindoffunny at the $1 or above level, you get to see the first episode, and those will be exclusive to Patreon subscribers for a week. And then, of course, it'll go live to everyone next Monday at 9 a.m. So if you're like, you know what, I don't want to give you guys any more money. I don't want to give you $1. well, you can just wait.
Who made that intro?
Nick did.
Yeah, you did.
I made that intro.
Yeah, you did.
Goddamn wizard.
I didn't make the intro. Zach Silver, I believe, designed all the graphics.
He
I
did.
just took them and made them and animated them and have.
You
That's
brought them to
insane.
life.
That's insane.
I did bring them to life.
It blows
and I did all the
my
sound
mind.
effects for that, and I shot the episodes
All with your
myself
mouth.
too.
You did all the sound effects with your mouth.
I did. I went. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Here's the thing that very few people know. In the climactic, exciting, thrilling finale to our PUBG party mode.
Yeah.
There's a part where we're at the very, very end, and you're like, all right, I'm going in, and you run, and I start to play a drum track, and I'm like, to kind of like to build the tension.
Yeah, you did a good job.
And then it builds the tension even further, and you hear fucking like maracas or something going off. Did that with my mouth. So the drum's like, and then I went, in the microphone. That was me, guys.
You're so
That's awesome.
talented.
That was me.
That's awesome. Now, there's two instruments that can do that. One is the maracas, but people don't use that. There's another one that looks like you hold it, and it looks like, those little silver beaded chains that you find on like dog tags or like.
Oh, you're saying like sex shops?
No, I mean in sex shops
Okay.
too, but those are bigger. You put them like a bottle.
Yeah.
No, this one's like it's wrapped around it. You go.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Or you can do the.
On the
like this,
little,
like,
the cheese grater.
yeah, the
sort of
cheese grater thing.
Yeah.
It's all sorts of stuff. Fun fact: the pit
There's three.
in marching band there's four. Actually, your mouth is the other one. The pit in the marching band was always fascinating to watch. Those are the guys that just didn't want to carry the drums. They're like, we're just going to stand here. We don't need to sweat that much.
Yeah.
And they would play the xylophone and stuff. And every once in a while, someone would have to pick one of those up, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it.
And then they would
just
like,
nailed it.
and then it would stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd stop it, right?
So good.
So good.
So good.
So good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back.
You were gone for a while. We missed
Gone
you.
for 9 days. Went to Denmark. Had a nice little vacation with the old missus over there. Hung out all up and down the Zealand, I think is what they call it, which is the peninsula of Denmark.
They call it Zealand?
Yeah, they call it the Zealand.
So
which
it's the
is
old
the
Zealand.
Sealand,
Oh.
right? But I didn't ask anyone, but I assume that's where New Zealand came from.
Yeah, this is the old
That
Zealand.
would be my guess,
You were
right?
in the older version of it.
So I was up there. I was in
1.0.
Elsinore. Hung out with one of the kind of funny best friends who works at a 7-Eleven up in one of the train
Saw that
stations.
photo.
Hilarious. I walked in. He's like, "Hey, are you Nick Scarpino?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Cool." That was it. He was like, "Right on, man."
First off, that's great. Second
It
off,
was
they
fucking
have
awesome.
7-Elevens over there?
Let me tell you a little something about. Let me tell you a little something about the 7-Elevens in Denmark. Okay, when we think of 7-Eleven, we think of a place that you don't want to spend any time in, right?
Whoa.
You
No,
get-
I love
Speak
them.
for yourself.
You do not.
The hot
you want
dogs
to go
are
to a
phenomenal.
7-Eleven, but you don't want to be in the 7-Eleven for any longer than you. Like I think 7-Eleven. I think no, we're good. Like I get my Slurpee or I get my giant Diet Coke and my hot dog, whatever the fuck I'm doing in there, and get the fuck out. I'm getting back in my car.
Yeah,
The
I'm with
7-Elevens
Kevin on this one.
in Denmark are like if they had a couch, I would legit hang out there.
For real?
They smell great. The
So they're
service
like-
is excellent.
Cafes are like...
No, there's no 7-Elevens, but they just are higher level 7-Elevens. Like they're
okay.
cleaner. They have like fresh baked goods that don't look like they've been sitting there for like 15 days straight.
Like this hot dog is 14 days.
Every like a bunch of the train stations have 7-Elevens in them, so that's where you go to buy tickets. So they're very helpful when I'm like, hey, how do I get to Copenhagen? I'm like, oh, you're gonna just buy a day ticket, 24-hour pass, you can get this and yada yada yada. So I walked in and one of the best friends was there. He said, what's up? So we took some pictures. Then I saw him again the next day. It was pretty fun.
That's so weird.
It was a lot of fun.
Two things about what you're saying.
Yes.
In Hawaii, at the Alani, the hotel we were staying at, one of the people that helped with the parking was a best friend.
Awesome.
He came up and he was like, hey. And I was like, oh, shit. That was really cool. And two, 7-Eleven Hawaii sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. They don't got hot dogs.
7-Elevens
Some bullshit.
in the States. I didn't realize how much we were missing
Blessed.
out. And again, I'm not here talking shit about a 7-Eleven because I have spent many a night, getting coffee and smoking cigarettes outside of a 7-Eleven until someone kicked me out. That's right, sir. That's what I did after college because I had no money and no social life. We would just get those little crates, the plastic crates, stack them up, smoke, and then the guy would every night would come out and be like, again, you can't be, this is loitering, you were loitering, you can't just sit outside here. And I was like, sir, I don't have anywhere else to go. I pulled an officer and a gentleman on him. But you go to Denmark, and holy fuck, man, those are places I would hang out. I would hang out at a 7-Eleven. I definitely would.
The 7-Eleven down the street I frequent when I do my late nights of
Often.
party mode.
That's fine.
But yeah, 7-Elevens for me, or just corner stores in general. Back in Texas, we have a franchise called Stripes.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
Yeah, and so, 3 stripes, you're out. And so we would go there late at night when it was like we're playing World of Warcraft or we're playing some game. And we'd go there and we would peruse the fucking snack aisle for way too long.
Yeah, of course.
And we ended up getting the same thing every time. It was hot fries and a fucking Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah, Natch.
Natch. Yeah.
Oh, you
Did you learn that in Denmark? Or?
What's that? No, that's something I learned from the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
People used to say Natch. Natch.
From the movie.
See, that's
from the movie
what we were
Clueless.
talking about earlier, which they just shorten shit. Sups, Natch. You know what I mean?
Sups?
Sups was never one of them, by the way.
I never said sups,
I just
ever.
could not think of one. Natch was definitely one of them. Natch.
I mean, sup was one. People say sup, but never sups.
Why would they? There's an extra syllable on that,
Yeah,
right?
there sure is.
There's no reason for that. Oh.
Like when people say din din, I hate that.
No, I don't like din. No one says din din.
Din, yeah, no. Growing up, there was a group of girls who would always say din din. Let's get din din. Din din is fucking harder to say than dinner. Because dinner's just dinner. Just kind of just da-da.
Din din makes you
Din
sound...
din makes you restart the syllable like din din.
I hate when people say, let's get apps. I get
oh,
that works. But
We used to make fun of it.
apps is too much of a thing already.
How do you feel about Troy Baker saying recos for
I
recommendations?
fucking love recos.
How do you feel about resis for reservations?
Resis are good too.
I love resis.
Yeah, resis are dope. Recos are great.
Resis, I like that.
So when he said reco,
What-
I was like, what is
I was blown away when he
Okay,
said
gotcha.
that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Because I don't know if, no, Nick wasn't on the podcast.
I wasn't on the podcast
Yeah,
last
so
time
like,
Troy was here.
he was asking me about traveling with my girlfriend and stuff like that, and he was like, would you, he was like, well, if you guys ever go to here, let me give you some recos. And I was like, you're so cool, Troy Baker.
Just say recommendations.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, I'll disagree with you on the apps because I think it's. We used to have a buddy of mine.
I feel like you and your brother say it all the
No,
time.
I don't say it. Well, I say it because I'm impersonating my friend who literally, all of us would go to lunch with him. Lunch, not dinner, lunch. And we would sit there and we would all just wait. And inevitably he would be like, you guys want to get some apps? And we're like, it's lunchtime. We don't want to, no one needs appetizers at lunchtime. Every time we go dinner, lunch, we can eat breakfast. We had Carl's Jr. be like, guys want to start with some apps? You guys want some apps?
Why is he talking like that?
Because he's from Louisiana. And we used to, that was the caricature of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's my buddy. We just used to fuck with him. We used to do caricatures of each other every time we'd go out. We don't do that anymore.
Apps.
We never make fun of each other here anymore. It just doesn't happen. We respect each other way too much to actually impersonate each other. You know what I mean? It's
I was actually doing an impersonation of your laugh the other day.
Oh, let me hear it.
Because we were talking about how like Nick's not here, we miss him.
Yeah.
And then Joey and I brought up like, yeah, there's times where I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, I found a groove editing, and then I hear like, Andy, come here. It's exactly like that. And it's like, oh God, here we go. Like, what does he have to show me?
See, I think all of us have. I was reading a really good book actually that I recommend. It's a bit older, but it's called Life
Where
in
the
New
Red
York.
Fern Grows.
No, definitely
Oh,
where the
so
that's where
good.
the
Old
Wild Things Are.
Yeller.
Great one. No, neither of those actually. A book called Live from New York, which is a oral history of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things the guys talk about a lot was when you impersonate someone, you have to find their handle, the thing like the one tell, the thing about them that you can grab onto, right?
And everything else is sort of ancillary.
Like yours would be like when you go, no. Oh, Kevin's is of course, you know, I mean, he does that. Tim also does the, no. Like he does that.
Yeah.
You know? Joey doesn't have one yet. I haven't been around here
No.
long enough. And Greg's is just you just pretend like you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
You just pretend like you're a psychopath, and you start talking about your fucking dumb grandma and her stupid raccoon.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I miss him. I missed you guys too. Shout out to the rum balls, also in Denmark. This is another fun thing that they did. There's this thing called the rum ball. Now let me describe to you this perfect day.
Okay.
Sat down.
Fucking
Denmark has a couple
regale
things.
me.
Denmark has a couple things going for it that I really respect. Now you're not gonna like the second one. No, you're not gonna like the first one. I'm gonna flip the order because you're not a sandwich guy.
Nope.
Denmark, known for, which I think we call it the smorgasbord, and there it's called smorboard. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. It's the open-faced sandwich. Little tiny thin piece of bread, shit ton of protein on top of it. You can't pick it up. You just kind of have to like cut it up and eat it.
Okay.
Right? All over the place. Fantastic. I'd get two of these things, eat the protein off of it, boom. Pretend like I didn't eat the bread underneath it. Fantastic. Stayed on the ketogenic diet. Second thing, my wife and I rolling around, right? We're in this really pretty, I think it's the Vespero neighborhood. Very cool, like kind of the
I
mission.
think you're all rolling on
like
the ground.
No,
like
we weren't actually
Anakin and
rolling.
Padme.
No, it's nothing
Episode
like that.
2?
No, that was a great movie though.
Great movie.
I think you're referring to the droids that roll around on the ground. I don't remember them actually rolling around.
No, when they were in the dirt. When they're like kissing and. You remember they were in the flowers? No, they weren't in dirt. They were in a field of flowers.
Yeah, they were in a field of flowers.
One of the best scenes in film history.
The only great scene. We're rolling around and we come to this cute little cafe. It's like the sun's about to set. Right, it was one of the only sunny days we got out there because it was raining a lot. And we go, we sit down, we get a cup of tea, and we're just sitting out in this corner, right, watching the sunset, watching all the locals just kind of ride by on their bikes, and they're all cool looking because it's like the Mission District of Denmark.
Everyone's got a story.
Everyone's like cool, you know. Yeah. Everyone's like trench coats, long hat, but like fucking cool. Like they just got out of bed and just rolled into their pile of clothes and came up looking dope as shit.
And then like smoked cigarettes.
And they went out. So like I walk in there, and I'm like, I'm gonna get an iced coffee, right? Get a cup of coffee, my wife gets a tea. And I've been seeing these goddamn balls everywhere. They look like giant donut holes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm on vacation. I gotta, what is this thing?
Fucking
And the woman
splurge.
behind the counter, awesome tattoos, you know, cool. Like maybe it's like, she didn't even put them on her body, someone else did it for her. She was like, I don't know, I woke up, I had this cool tattoo. Who the fuck knows, right? She's like, that's a rum ball. And I was like, what is a rum ball? She goes, well, they're really good. You should just try it. I don't want to describe it to you. Picture, if you will, Andy.
Okay.
The best piece of chocolate cake you've ever had in your life.
Okay.
Infused with a little hint of rum. Wrapped into a ball. They take it, they wrap it into a fucking ball. You cut into this thing. It was the most moist thing. Like it actually added moisture to my mouth. That's how moist it was.
Like a gobstopper? Right?
No, like a fucking, take like a big piece of cake, mash it up into a ball, put sprinkles around it, put it on a plate. I cut into this thing, and my wife and I, we both took a bite at the same time. And we looked at each other, and we knew in that moment.
She got pregnant.
Pregnant. We're having a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we knew we were never going to have anything that good again. So that's why I just shot her in the face.
Oh, man.
She's dead now. I'm a wanted man in Denmark. Andy, let's get into the news before Tim kills us. I missed everyone, by the way. I missed you guys.
Yeah.
First news story comes from some website called egan.com. This comes from... who is this? Who the fuck wrote this? The Dornbush says Star Wars Episode 9
Jonathan Dornbush
will now be released on December 20th, 2019. Lucasfilm announced. Lucasfilm previously dated Episode 9 for May 24th, 2019 release date earlier in that year, which fucking sucks. But here, I know what you're wondering. You're like, fuck, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Tell me what I'm wondering.
Here's why it's not bad news. Because the alternate release date comes on the same day that Lucasfilm confirmed that J.J. Abrams will now be taking over duties on the upcoming Star Wars film. Following his work as director on Star Wars Force Awakens, Abrams will co-write Episode 9 alongside Chris Terrio. Colin Trevorrow, of course, was originally attached to direct Star Wars Episode 9, but due to alleged friction with LucasArts, not alleged, they're both pretty outspoken about it.
Yeah.
The Jurassic World director was dropped from the project. Prior reports suggested that The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson was being eyed to helm Episode 9, the prospect of which he cast doubt on earlier this week. I'm glad they didn't do that either, because I want him just to focus on Episode 8. Stop fucking around. For more on Abrams' work in the Star Wars, we don't need that.
Worry about this week. Worry about next week. Rian Johnson.
Well, first off, I love Rian Johnson, and I'm sure he's doing an excellent job with 8. I just want him to focus on making that as good as humanly possible.
Yeah, we need
Stress,
distractions.
the added stress on then having to start right and do all this stuff. No, it's too much. I like this for 2 reasons, but I'm also conflicted on this, right? Because I liked Jurassic World, and I know what you're thinking to yourself, Nick. Jurassic World was just kind of a bigger, better remake of Jurassic Park, right? They just sort of took what they did in Jurassic Park and they made it bigger with a bigger budget and bigger spectacle, and that fucking whale dinosaur that came up, and spoilers,
really cool.
like at the end, was really cool. But there's nothing specifically special about that.
Nothing.
To which
whatsoever.
I say that's very true. But I think Colin Trevorrow did a great job with that. And if we're being 100% honest, and the jury's still out right now, but Episode 7 was just kind of a bigger, better version of A New Hope, right? So I don't think he would have done necessarily a bad job with that. Having said all this, J.J. Abrams, I think, is the best working director in Hollywood right now. I don't mean the best director, period. I think there's guys that are really capable of doing like great indies and obviously great movies. But I think as far as Hollywood blockbusters, you can't argue any. J.J. Abrams is the best.
I would say Nick Scarpino's up there for me.
Woo!
Nailed it, Nick.
Him taking over Episode 9, I think, is fucking awesome. And I know he didn't want to do it, but I would have given him all 3 episodes if I could have. But it's just too much.
Me
it's
too.
Too much. But Rian Johnson, I think, is going to do a great job.
Yeah,
what are your feelings on this?
I was talking about this on Twitter with Barrett, my roommate, who also works at IGN. and our friend Woody, who works at
Was Barrett just like
Telltale?
Like, did he have a cane with his was his pants up to his nipples? He was
he's
like, I'll tell you,
65-year-old, 23-year-old
back in
guy.
my day when I used to walk around here, the kids were different. I'm like, okay, Barrett, you're 21.
Yeah,
I love Barrett. I'm just kidding, Barrett. I love you for watching this right now. Te quiero mucho.
He wanted a.
He's fucking watching. You know he is.
He was like, I want new blood. I want new blood in the franchise. I think new blood is fine if we're talking about like weird offshoot Marvel movies of characters that we are.
New
really
blood's fine when
with.
you're doing Ant-Man.
But this is Star Wars. Like
this is fucking Star Wars.
J.J. Abrams proved that he can make a really good, fucking great Star Wars movie.
He did.
Why? Like, sure, it's a safe bet. But
I think it's what we needed.
I'll take
from
this,
the backlash of
and then Woody made a great point of like, but we're seeing that like New Blood is not working at all with this universe. Like, Trevorrow had problems with it, and the problems with Rogue One as well. That we need something safe. We need a safe bet.
What problem was with Rogue One?
Well, they had to do massive reshoots, which is unfortunate.
They weren't that massive.
And they had him.
Well, they changed the whole ending.
They had two directors.
They added a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but they kicked them. They had two directors.
Remember the ending when they were all supposed to live?
But from what I hear from inside sources, the reshoots were just adding like the Darth Vader scene.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never know.
Which God bless that. I mean.
No, I mean but he was some of the rumors. I mean, there's two directors. Tony Gilroy stepped in to direct the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? At that point, his point is Gareth Edwards, great director, still had some issues somewhere along the line with the Lucasfilm people, with Kathleen Kennedy. And we're seeing that again. We saw that with Chris Miller and Phil Lord. We're seeing this again with Colin Trevorrow. Is it Trevorrow or Trevorrow?
I say Trevorrow. Or Trevorrow.
Trevorrow? I don't know how to say his last
Dave
name.
Navarro.
Dave Navarro's older brother, Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah.
Trevorrow.
That's how names work.
So we're seeing that, unfortunately. But I don't know. I mean, Ron Howard steps in to take over for them. J.J. Abrams clearly works very well with them. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy basically.
She loves him.
Well, J.J. Abrams was Kathleen Kennedy's like protege.
She's the boy.
She brought him up basically in the industry. So
why did I say she's the boy? I meant he's her boy.
He's her boy.
Yeah.
You're my boy, Blue. Or in this case, you're my boy, JJ. We'll see what happens. I mean, I like that idea too. Like I say, I think Rian Johnson is a perfect person to bring in and be like, hey, I think you're going to do a really good job with this. But it does, I mean, this is the problem you have when you want to make that kind of money and you want to do that kind of a project, is you got to play the game, right? With Marvel, all accounts, you step in and you're just stepping into a structured business. And you just go, action, cool, we're done.
Like, you know, the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Exactly. You know, sometimes you win where the hot boys are popping, and sometimes you lose where they're not popping. They're not popping.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. You didn't do it.
I didn't. I missed it.
Should we re-enter the show?
Sure. Kevin, can you bring down the lights real quick?
Thank you.
Get the lights down.
Go ahead and give us the cue for sound again.
Sounds up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Morning Show. My name is Nick Scarpino. This is Andres Cortez, and this show is
where the Q boys are popping, where the pop culture news is popping, and the Q boys are never stopping.
Great, thanks, Andy.
Should we go to the first story again?
You did a great job. No, we're good. I think we're good on that one.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I have all faith that J.J. Abrams will pull this one out. It's unfortunate that they had to delay it, but it makes sense. And honestly, it doesn't matter. I'll wait.
How many?
It's not like people they're like, oh, we're gonna lose. They're just gonna lose a little bit of money that year, but whatever. Everyone's gonna
did he have main writing credits for Force Awakens?
I believe he. I don't know if he did, but I know Lawrence Kasdan wrote it. I don't know if he actually got a credit for it. I'm sure he did. We could check. If only there was a site that would.
Because he is writing.
He's writing this one for sure. Yeah.
With.
But we'll see how many people have written it, because there's other people who have written on this already. So we'll see how much of the stories.
He's writing it with the guy that wrote Batman vs Superman. What was the guy's name? I forgot.
We're looking it up right
now. He
now.
wrote Batman vs Superman.
Oh, and Trello, not Trello. Oh, sorry, it's in the story. I'm like, I don't know. We'll never know. It's in the story. His name is.
There he is.
Chris Terrio.
Chris Terrio. Go ahead and look for Chris Terrio for me, Kevin.
How do you spell that? Just a normal
Terrio. Chris. Terrio.
Got him.
There he is. He looks like he sings in the band Blur.
So zoomed in. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Yeah. So he wrote for Argo.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie.
Won an Oscar
Very good movie.
for direction, right? Nick, you know about this.
But he also wrote Batman vs Superman and Justice League.
Yeah.
So the jury's still out. Here's the thing that I was telling Barrett, though.
You don't know.
Here's the thing I was telling Barrett. They got him for a reason. I'm at the point with Star Wars where I'm not questioning their decisions. This is like The San Antonio Spurs, Nick. Let me tell you a story.
Please, regale me with your tales of the sports.
Greg Popovich, coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, I love that guy. I hate that guy.
5 rings.
Great guy.
So successful his whole career.
Love that guy.
Yeah, we love him.
Love him. Fucking Greg Papa Giorgio.
Papa, yeah.
Papa Joe.
He looks like Jigsaw from the movie Saw.
Not a nice description of him.
He's so successful, right?
Yeah.
Whenever he makes a decision that all of us kind of go, why did you pull that player out? Or why did you insert that player in at this time?
Part of his master plan.
We're at the point where we're like, fucking do what you like. I'm not gonna question your shit,
Let
dude.
him do what he's gonna do.
You've won 5 rings since 1999. You know what the fuck you're doing.
Look, with the Han Solo standalone movie, right? When you hear the term Han Solo and then you hear, hey, most of it's gonna be improvised, that makes my ass tighten up a little bit. You know, I don't know how I feel about that. Look, you're gonna go to a Lego movie, you're gonna go to a Marvel movie, we're gonna improvise something. Great, but a Star Wars movie, yeah, 23 Jump Street.
The Men in Black.
Don't even have a script. Fuck it. 23 Jump Street. Put a piece of paper in front of me that says 23 Jump Street, go. And we'll just fucking make it up as we go. I don't care. Those guys are super talented. So I understand that when you see some of those dailies come back and you're like, this doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie, it has to feel right. It has to fit. And it can't stray too far.
Right.
And that's where it gets sketchy and that's where it gets hard. That's where you gotta have Ron Howard come in. Ron Howard, a classical director. A director of movies that are fucking phenomenal, come in and go, I'm just gonna put this back to where it needs to be. We're gonna get off this fucking train.
What was that movie, Kevin, that you thought that he wrote? That Ron Howard directed?
I said Apollo 11.
Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Nope.
To be fair, the Apollos, they're confusing.
There's a lot of them.
Some of them went to the moon, came back. Some of them went around the moon, came back. One of them landed on the moon.
Apollo
13 didn't even get.
I want to see
they didn't even get to the moon.
I want
right?
to see Apollo high.
I want to see Apollo
High,
1.
low, get it? Apollo. Like Apollo.
I missed you. I did. I don't like when we do the show together, but you have to be better. You just have to be better than this.
I'll try. To be better. You know, it's part of the process, man.
Oh my God! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the next story. Aladdin. It looks like has gotten a release date. This is, of course, the live-action Aladdin, not the original movie, which we all love. Disney's live-action remake of its animated classic Aladdin has moved release date, or has moved release date. The film was originally set to hit theaters in December 2019, but do you need to touch me?
Just
touch him, Kevin.
But it has now shifted forward 7 months and will arrive May 24th, 2019. That's interesting.
I didn't hear your stories because Kevin just, his good looks are just so distracting. He walks in here, shuts his stuff, shutting that dick all over the place.
So,
Lord, Jesus.
To follow the stories, the Star Wars was supposed to come out May 24th, 2019. Got pushed back to December. Now Aladdin, in a masterstroke, is getting moved up to that date.
Ooh.
Why not just fucking own that weekend?
Yeah.
Someone, all the rest of Hollywood is like, awesome. And then they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. We still have to contend with Disney, who is
I cannot wait
amazing.
To be king. I can't wait to see Will Smith as the genie.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be so great.
I like when they're like this. My favorite part of it is when he goes, well, I just can't wait to be king. Aladdin.
Nailed it.
Great movie. Great movie. Or he's like, look at this stuff. Isn't it nice? Look at this dress. I can't wear it because I don't have fucking legs.
What? Which movie is that from?
That was Little Mermaid. Oh, fun fact. I didn't realize this, but Hans Christian Andersen, of course, did Little Mermaid. Hans Christian Andersen, huge in Copenhagen. Huge.
Really?
Used to live there, had a fucking couple houses there. They made, I guess it was a present that they got, which is the Little Mermaid. Someone made him a statue. They put it out in the middle of the fucking thing so people come take pictures of it. Which is a girl sitting on a rock. We kind of boated by it. Super fun.
Boated by it?
Yeah, we took a channel boat. One of the boats. That goes
Oh,
on the
so
channel.
they have the mermaid statue like
in
out.
the water. It's
oh,
like
that's
in the
cool.
It's like on rocks in the water, so you can't get to it. It's
I love
really,
that
really
stuff.
Cool.
I love
It's
when
really
people
cool.
build statues like underwater.
That's
And it
awesome.
looks really like weird and mythical and magical.
The person who was piloting the boat, or rather doing the narration in like 15 different languages, was like, fun fact, every part of her body has been stolen at this point. Like people just get over there, like cut arms off and shit.
Assholes.
Yeah, they're fucking dicks.
Why?
What are you gonna do? The change in release date comes, of course, as a result of another big Disney movie, Star Wars Episode 9, moving its own release date. The two films have essentially swapped places in the studio schedule, and Episode 9 will now debut on December 20th. Yeah, we just read that story. So this is cool. We get it a little earlier. That's fun. What are your thoughts on these live-action remakes?
I did not see Beauty and the Beast, which I am shocked because I love the movie, but I never got around to seeing it.
I did.
And
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it more than I thought I was going. Yeah, see, isn't that sad? They just keep cutting shit off.
It's really fucked up.
Really sad.
But it's really cool. It's just on a rock, and it's just kind of out there with no security.
Who wants a part of her arm?
Well, I guess it's a very popular statue. It's like one of the. What they said was it is the most photographed statue in all of Copenhagen.
Is this guy painting it or cleaning it?
I think he's cleaning it.
Okay.
I think he's cleaning it.
Or like maybe it's graffiti because people against
people
mermaids.
just put paint on it. It's kind of fucked up.
There was a big protest, Kevin, because mermaids were for mermaids.
Yeah, the whole Discovery
anti-mermaid movement.
Discovery was like mermaids are real. And
it's unfortunate.
Like, oh wait, no, we're.
Just a little snack, guys.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it nice? Look at this fork. Isn't it nice?
We're talking about Aladdin. I'm trying to sing Aladdin.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Fucking close those eyes. You know what I mean? Fucking hit you if you do it.
No.
No? That's not what he said?
No.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I saw Beauty and the Beast. I loved Beauty and the Beast. Well, sorry, not to flip-flop. I loved The Jungle Book. I thought was really
You're
cool.
self-aware now.
I am self-aware. Because now I keep saying shit and y'all fucking call me
You
out.
know what?
Shit.
Yeah, you're right.
I liked The Jungle Book.
I kind of forget that Jungle Book is part of the
It's
the
John
live
Favreau
action
did it if I'm
sort
not
of-
mistaken.
yeah.
That was the first foray into it, and I was like, this is gonna be stupid as shit. And I watched it, I was like, fuck, this is really cool.
Hmm.
This is actually really fun. Now, as to how much of it is actually live action, interesting.
There's a human
Since
being.
99% of it was a fucking CG animals around this thing.
But they look so real now.
They did look really real. They did look really real.
Give
And
those
when they do
visual
and guess
effects
what?
artists all the
And they
awards.
When they do the
Oscar
Lion
for it.
King, what's that?
They won an Oscar for it, right?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. But I mean, this will be the first real sort of like foray, in my opinion. Into, well, no, I'm sorry. Take that back. Beauty and the Beast. Thought I was gonna not like it. Liked it a lot. To me, what it was like was seeing a play or a musical that you've seen like on Broadway come with a different cast. That's just kind of what it is. Because all these are just movies that we have know and love. They're gonna be a little bit different, but they're not gonna be so far different that you're not gonna be able to appreciate them. So I feel like Aladdin's gonna be just like, they're gonna, hopefully they don't do the same thing they did with Beauty and the Beast where they add 2 new songs, you're like, I don't like those 2 songs. Those are not good songs. Those added 10 minutes to this movie, didn't need those 10 minutes.
Also, I hope they put in the money in the Beast. Like, the Beast and Beauty and the Beast look like shit.
He did not look great.
He was not well animated.
But then they got to the actual guy, and I was like, I don't think he's that good looking.
I was the
Oh, you like
bookseller.
him? I was like, why is he wearing such a shitty wig?
I didn't like him.
I was the bookseller
Wait,
in Beauty and
you
the
just-
Beast play.
I said I didn't
Oh,
think he was that good
got
looking.
it, got it.
I was like, guy's a little weird.
Yeah.
First off,
Who is it?
if I'm back
was it
in
Army Hammer?
No, it was Ray Stevenson, I think. Or Ray Stevenson. It wasn't Army Hammer. Although I watched Free Fire. Really was the first time I've ever liked Army Hammer. Are you familiar with this movie?
No.
90-minute movie. Came out, kind of came and went. Forget who directed it. Some writer, director, forget who it was. David Wheatley or something like that.
You didn't like him in Social Network?
No, I didn't like Social Network.
What?
It just wasn't for me. I'll admit, it was a good movie. I thought it was cool, but I always just thought it was very weird. I couldn't get past the fact that I'm like, this shit's still happening. They're like making a movie about life that's still happening. It's too fucking weird for me. Like, they're
Alec Baldwin's
and then
bumping into each other.
fucking Alec Baldwin's
sweaty.
just sweating, bumping into shit. Mark Wahlberg's like, hey, look at that wall. You know, doesn't matter. I'm a little off my game when it comes to Mark Wahlberg. Dan Stevens, that's who it is.
Dan Stevens.
I'll admit though that I'm very protective of Emma Watson because she deserves better than anyone that they put in front of her, and she was phenomenal. And Kevin Kline did a great job. It was good. These are good. They're
Man,
fun.
his eyes are blue.
He's fucking.
He looks like a like an Awoken from Destiny. Can you bring up an Awoken on the screen for me, Kevin?
Hold on.
Yeah, bring that boy up. And then we're gonna look up at an Awoken and tell me who is the real Ray Stevenson and what's this guy's name? Dan Stevens.
That's Dan Stevens. Now, okay. People give me shit in the chat for this. They're saying I can't believe Nick didn't like Social Network. I enjoyed Social Network. I know it's a good movie. I think it's beautifully done. I recognize that it's a great movie.
Just wasn't for you.
I just couldn't get past the fact that it felt really opportunistic. Where I was like, it's not like he died. It's not like all the Steve Jobs movie that they made afterward. I forget what it was called. Jobs?
Where they made him such a nice guy?
Well, it was that movie. What I thought was
Who's the
cooler.
real actor?
Holy shit!
Who's the real actor, guys?
Sorry, wait, which one was the guy from? Wait, which one?
It's
which
the
was
one on the
guy-
left.
The one on the left was Beauty and the Beast
Yeah.
guy.
Why is this so fucking
God, they're
small?
beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, we're getting long in the tooth on this stuff. Yeah, social media or social network. It was a little weird to me. It was just a little off-putting that I was like, this feels. It's not like I prefer biopics, like later in life.
Biopics.
Yeah, biopics. Excuse me.
Okay.
But biopics.
I know it goes both ways.
Yeah, I prefer those a little bit later. Not when the guy's like 26.
Like you want
that
time to
shit
reflect.
like just happened. Yeah, it's like
Sure.
we don't have perspective on this story yet, you know. But back to Armie Hammer, I recommend watching Free Fire. I think that's what it was called, Free Fire. Watching them play 90 minutes, super fun. It's about a 70s weapons deal that goes bad, and it's basically all in one location.
Did you watch it on the plane too?
I did. It's Brie Larson, Armie Hammer, the guy
like
from. The guy from, it's got a great
Ace
cast.
Ventura.
Do you like Uncle? The Man,
The Man from Uncle? No, I mean, it was all right.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it was.
Here and there.
And I thought Armie Hammer was really cool in it.
It's him and Henry Cavill, and they're fun.
I thought they were both really badass.
I watched the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh, I did too.
And I gotta be honest with you,
A lot better than I expected.
a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I saw
it was a return to the original one.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, it's a little long.
Yeah.
And there's a couple storylines in it that I'm like, we didn't need this. This is stupid.
The end of Barbossa was like, really?
Yeah.
That's the choice you made?
That was,
all right,
okay.
yeah.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? I thought the character, like the bad guy, was a little bit derivative, but it's Javier Bardem, so he nails it.
Yep.
And we get to see Keira Knightley, so that's fantastic.
I love
For like
Javier
10
Bardem.
seconds.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Also, no chemistry between the girl and
not at
the
all.
kid. And I was like, man.
Not at all. And I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp wasn't playing a drunk person the entire time. I think he was actually just drunk the entire time.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk the entire time. That character has gotten become a caricature of itself, though.
Yeah.
I know, like in the original, like what was it, Black Pearl? The first one. But in the first one, he was like, you still got the feeling that he was an idiot. Like he was outwardly portraying this drunk, but he was actually pretty genius.
Yeah.
In this last one,
it
it's
was just luck.
Yeah.
Like
he's just dumb,
at some
stupid
point, they're
luck.
like, hey, you lost your luck. And later, I guess he just gets it back.
Yeah, he's just fine. He's fine.
Yeah. Seeing him as the young Johnny Depp was interesting.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah, no,
Again, I went in going like, hey, I'm going to watch this. I'm on a 9-hour plane flight. It's 2 hours. It'll be a dumb distraction. And I'm like, by the first part of it, I'm like, I don't know about this, dude. I'd get through that first scene, which I was like oddly reminiscent of the original movie. I was like, okay, they're back on the gallows. They're going to get. But then he started flipping around, and I was like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and the plane going halfway and then
come up
dropping.
halfway, and I was like, that's kind of fun. And then it just kept being sort of fun the rest of the movie, and then it ended. I was like, yeah,
all right,
give it that. So
I'll probably never watch it.
Never say never. Never say never.
Never say never. Thank you for tuning in, guys. You had a great show today.
Let's go into the next two news stories really quickly, and then we'll get to PS I Love This Best Friend XOXO. X-Men spun off the New Mutants logo revealed in on-set image. There was an image of the clapboard.
Ooh.
And that's a cool looking logo. That reminds
cool
me.
looking logo.
That reminds me a lot of the original X-Men series.
The animated series.
The animated series, the '93 series. So that's fucking cool looking. Very excited about that.
And great that we're talking about this story because today is Comics Wednesday, where Nick and I are talking about comics. Talking about Ultimate Blank Man, issue number 43.
I apologize. In the Tim came out ahead of time and was like, "Please tell people we're not doing the comics today." Greg could not make it in today. That's why I'm filling in. Very jet lagged. So I apologize to anyone who was stuck around for the required reading today. It won't be happening. I think they're going to do it next week instead. So sorry about that. But we talked a lot about a bunch of movies that I watched on the plane flight, so it's kind of the same thing, right?
And Nick is a comic, like a stand-up comic.
I am a stand-up comic.
So it's Comics Day.
Fun fact, I went and saw a little improv group when I was at Denmark. Yeah, it was super fun. Super fun.
Is there a sense of humor a little bit different?
No, it was done in English. It was all it was a mixed culture of people.
Okay.
There was a bunch of people from all over the place that came in.
Did you jump on and do a little set?
No, it was fun for me to just watch that. Improv is like really fun for me, but it's totally different. Like it's totally different what I do.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was with Kevin there.
I thought you had gone to see stand-up.
I thought it was like a stand-up thing.
Oh no, I was going to see stand-up, but it was all. There was actually a comedy festival happening in Copenhagen, but I was like, cool, could I get tickets? She's like, yes, but just to let you know, it's all in Danish. And I was like, I probably won't get it then. And that's going to be hard. So I didn't do that. So I went and saw an improv show instead. ICC Theater, I think is what it was called. It was pretty cool. Harrison Ford thinks Ryan Gosling should be grateful he didn't get punched more. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Just based on this headline, and I read a little bit of this story, I love Harrison Ford. But Harrison, if you're watching, and I know you are, because I know you're an arduous supporter of everything we do here, you fucking watch your P's and Q's, sir. You watch your motherfucking P's and Q's when you are talking about the Goss, okay? The Goss is a goddamn national treasure.
In Goss we trust.
He is, like, single-handedly holding Hollywood together right now. If it weren't for the Goss's movies, breakout fucking movies, okay? Hollywood would year over year just be plummeting down. Theaters would be closing all over the place. The Goss is holding it together. So if you're gonna throw a punch at him, sir, you're throwing a punch at all of us. All of us.
I'm with you, man.
Thank you. Of course, this was an accident. So, going into reading this, last year, Ryan Gosling told GQ that Harrison Ford punched him in the face while filming Blade Runner 2049. God, we're excited about that. According to Ford himself, it happened, it's Gosling's fault, and he should be thankful he didn't get punched more than once. Quote, I punched Ryan Gosling in the face, Ford said. Ryan Gosling's face was where it should not have been. During a lengthy interview with GQ, Ford took us on a journey of the punch felt around the world, which happened while shooting an action sequence. Gosling added that after it happened, Ford pushed him aside so he could put his hand in ice that had been provided for Gosling. According to Ford, the whole thing was 90% Gosling's fault because he did not get out of the way during the ill-fated face bagging. He also pointed out that Gosling should appreciate not having been punched more than once. Quote, his job was to be out of range of my punch. The job was also to make sure that I pulled the punch. But we were moving, and the camera was moving. So I had to be aware of the angle of the camera and make the punch look good. You know? I threw about 100 punches in that shot, or in the shoot during that day, and I only hit him once. So I guess that's pretty good.
Those are good odds.
That's not bad.
I'll take those odds.
Gosling also told GQ last year that, as an apology, Ford brought a bottle of scotch to his restroom. A nice gesture, for sure, and one that fits their working relationship. Ford clearly respects Gosling, especially for being a fucking mouseketeer. That was in quotes, I don't know why. Who's been acting since he was a child. But surprisingly, the apology came with a catch. All Ford did was pour Gosling a glass, and then he left with the rest of the bottle. When asked about this, Ford didn't skip a beat. Quote, what? Did he fucking expect the whole bottle? I don't know why Ford's fucking with Gosling.
Classic Harrison Ford.
But,
can we get a buddy cop movie with them?
No, it's not, because I don't like the fact that they don't like each other. I don't like this. Like I said, I just read that book, Life from New York, and I don't like that everyone, pretty much on every cast, fucking hated each other on Saturday Night Live.
No, they like each other here. They're just being silly.
They're just being bros, you think?
Yeah, they're being bros, dude.
It's not breaking my world?
No. So, well, chat makes a great point, Nick.
What do they say?
They're like, Ryan Gosling is Canadian. He cannot be a national treasure.
He
for
lives
America.
and makes movies around the world.
Damn right he does.
He is a national treasure
Damn
for
right he
America.
does.
He is a worldwide entity. Let me ask you this question. Okay. When you go to the Eiffel Tower, don't you feel American?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I've never been.
It's strange.
But it's cool
Neither
to
have
go
I.
there because you think, we could have built this.
Yeah.
And we could have probably built it better.
Easily.
It would have cost more money.
It would have had Wi-Fi
It would
everywhere.
have had fucking LED lights all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Cheeseburger dispensers.
yeah, it would have definitely been. There would have been a Starbucks in the two Starbucks in the
Yeah.
goddamn lobby. So it would have been fast. It's a good point. He is fucking Canadian.
It would have had like tribal tattoos on it.
Doesn't matter. I count him amongst all of the Americans. You know what? We're a multi-ethnic group in America, right?
We're a melting pot.
We're built from immigrants here, people. Okay, so if you're watching another country, you're like, oh, my fucking country, I'm Irish, whatever. Well, you know what? Come over here. You'll fit here.
Danny O'Doris.
That's why I said it. He knows. He knows what we're talking about. That's it for news stories. Let's go into, well, we're going to talk comics now, but I apologize again. We'll talk comics next week. Let's read some tips, actually, before we go into the PS I Love This Best Friend. So, goddamn, I am rusty as AF on this one.
Hey, me too, man.
Mr. Yasman300 says, Nick, go watch Outlander on Starz. It's about a WW2 nurse, World War II nurse, who travels to 18th century Scotland and falls in love with a Scotsman. It's from the creator of Battlestar Galactica and has the best sex on TV. I have watched that vicariously via my wife. She loved that show and occasionally would invite me in to watch some of the sex scenes. And that was fun. And by invite me in, I would be like, I would listen, and then I'd run in and be like, are they having sex?
You'd
She's
walk
like,
in with a boner?
She'd be like, you're a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
You're a scumbag. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Eat more Korean food has tipped us and says, first time leaving my tip in here. Love
Thank you.
your guys' work. Quick question for Andres. Are you getting 2K18 early to recruit the Spurs 2017? To recreate this Spurs 2017 loss?
First off, you're banned. You can keep tipping us, but
Eat more
you are
Korean
banned.
food. Ban yourself. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to really ban you.
No.
So you just ban yourself.
No, I'm sure you're a great
There's
person.
totally a way to.
But there's no way to ban. There's no way to ban you, so you have to ban
That is
yourself.
not
Ban
true.
yourself for the next 5 minutes, but wait.
Lock yourself in your room.
Wait 10 minutes and then ban yourself for 5 minutes while I read subscribers.
But thank you for the tip. No, I will not be recreating the Spurs to recreate the 2017 loss. It still lies heavy in my heart, Nick, and I'd prefer we not talk about it ever again.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fun.
Go Spurs.
It's fun.
Go Warriors.
Go Spurs, go.
PD Popoff has given us a tip and said, welcome back, Nick. I'm pretty sure you're my real dad. Not looking for anything too crazy. Maybe just to throw the old pigskin around or hit up the strip club. You know, father-son stuff. P.S. Mom says hi. It's possible. It's possible. I was very reckless with my seed. You'd have to be probably...
Good lord.
Well, no, yeah, you could be... I could be your dad. That's weird. If you're under the age of 15, I could be your dad. I was a late bloomer. Late bloomer. Did not start spreading my seed around until well into college, sir. Well, into college, that's it for tips.
32.
That was yesterday. That was my first time having sex. It was very exciting. I can't believe I waited this long. P.S. I love this best friend XOXO is your opportunity to nominate someone from our community that you feel is doing a great job. How do you do that? Well, you go to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and fill out the form. It's very easy. Just like the Henderson fam did, who was shouting out Mark Freeman. Good old
Mark Freeman.
Mark Freeman's everywhere. I'll give him a shout out too. He's a fucking great guy. The Henderson fam, of course, is made up of a bunch of people. At @ThatFakeTracy, @Kaneda_Michelle, @NewGenGaming. Quaid, the 12-year-old from Kind of Funny. Quaid. We went like this. Quaid, start the reactor. And he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, you crazy person?" And I was like, "Stop watching remakes. Watch the original Total Recall, for Christ's sake." The Henderson fam has said it all started when we tweeted out that we were going on the 9/10 Alcatraz tour. He informed us that it was another best friend Jamie's birthday, thus giving us a reason to talk to her and 2 friends for that day. Then, in line for KFL3, he was going around making sure everyone had sunscreen so we didn't burn. Oh, that's nice.
What a sweetheart.
Like the Brit he is. Well, until he was viciously attacked by Big Kev Dog. That's right, that did happen. At the VIP event, he went around giving everyone a notebook to sign, which was totally sick. On top of all this, he wrote a post in the forum telling people from different parts of the world a travel guide to get to America around sorry, let me read that again. On top of that, he wrote a post in the forum telling people from different parts of the world a travel guide to get to America and around San Francisco. So yeah, shout out to the community dad. Mark Freeman, the dad of all things. And that's all she wrote for that. And now, Andy, is the time on Sprockets when we dance.
I like that you do that.
I know.
And I wonder how many of the audience understands that reference.
3. There are 3 people who are old Mike Myers fans and watched that shitty sketch on SNL.
So that sketch kind of became like, it's sort of like a cult hit. I don't think it was good at the time.
I think, here's the thing about
But people think that it's good.
I think most of the things on Saturday Night Live were cult hits. Where I think you go back and watch them and be like, that must have been popular because I've heard of it. But I don't think anyone, even during the time, even reading the book. Coneheads, another one of those things where even like how many people really like that skit? I don't know. There are some standout skits, of course, like Hans and Franz. I loved that.
Love
the
Hans
Pump.
and Franz.
Yeah. Some awesome, the Land Shark used to be my personal favorite, so I'd go back and watch those best of DVDs of and it'd be like, delivery. She's like, oh, I know who you are. You're that pesky Land Shark again. I'm a dolphin, man. So good, so good. But I think that's like all of SNL, except for now. Like now, obviously, they're super hyper political. But you go back and watch, you're like, some of the skits were great. That's the best I can say. Now is the time for the giveaway, though.
Okay.
Now, Andy, how do you get entered to win the giveaway?
There are 4 ways.
Why don't you tell the people? Do you remember?
There are 4 ways.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You could be in the Twitch chat right now. Or you could be a Twitch sub.
Right.
If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, you can give us that free subscription. It helps us out a lot. The third way, if you are a subscriber on patreon.com/kindoffunny, and the 4th way is patreon.com/kindoffunnygames at the what dollar level?
$2 or above.
$2 or above.
You get entered in to win either of the 2 games we're giving away right now. And why 2 games, you say? 2, that's twice as crazy. Well, we're giving away 2 games because this episode is brought to you by 2 lovely sponsors who I will read right now. Our first sponsor is none other than Uber. You're familiar with Uber.
I sure am, Nicholas.
I use Uber all the time.
Every day. Every weekend.
Uber is one of those things that at this point, if Uber didn't exist, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be lost, literally lost. I wouldn't know how to get around San Francisco. I would just have to be
I'd give up.
I'd have to call Kevin every single time and be like, Kevin, come pick me up, Kevin.
I hate you.
And he'd be like, I'll stop doing this voice if you pick me up, Kevin. Anyway, Uber. This time of year, it's even tougher to finding the time to balance things like spending time with your kids or having a night or taking in a show. With wanting to earn extra money. That's why I recommend driving with Uber. I'm gonna read that again because I don't think I read that right.
Cool.
Let's try it one more time.
Go for it.
This time of year, it's even tougher finding the time to balance things like spending time with your kids or having a date night or taking in a show with wanting to earn extra money. That's why I recommend driving with Uber. When you drive with Uber, it's totally up to you when you work. If you want to play with your kids in the park or have a date night or go see your favorite band on tour, you can do it because your time is yours. Now, in addition to instant pay and cashing out up to 5 times a day, you can earn more every week with tipping. Riders can send you tips right from the app, so you can add to your weekly earnings for great service for the great service you offer. Extra money on your time when it works for you. Get your side hustle on. Sign up to drive with Uber today. Go to uber.com/drive now. That's uber.com/drive now. How do you spell Uber? uber.com/drive now. Certain restrictions apply. See that site for details. Yeah, a little extra cheddar. with that Uber.
A little
today if you
moolah.
want. A little
dinero.
A little greenback.
Oh,
action.
I love the greenback.
The greenback
term.
dog.
That's a good term. But why greenback? It's green on the front too.
Yeah, but no one ever looks at the front. It's always the back.
The president.
When you spin out that back, you're like, pow, 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 back.
But the
You want money
president's-
back. Instant pay.
No.
Uber. Our next
Okay.
sponsor
Okay.
is Movement. You guys know Movement. They reinvented the watch business by selling direct to you with over 1 million watches sold to date. Well, they did it again, except this time with sunglasses. And we have some of those sunglasses. We like them. We can
I
stand by
look
them.
dope in them in the
look great in them.
in one of our advertisements for our cap.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Greg wears them all the time as well, and sometimes I steal Greg's and I lick them.
What?
They were tired. What? They were tired of having to pay for cheaply made throwaway shades or overpriced designer sunglasses, so they said, "F it." Actually, I said screw it, but I put F it in there because we like to be edgy.
Yeah.
We'll make our own, starting at just $70. They have all sorts of cool styles. We like the style that we have in the office, of course. But if you want to just try one, it's risk-free, of course, because they have free shipping and free returns. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup, providing the best possible price. They have loads of styles to choose from. Classic, trendy, of course, round, aviator, mirrored, polarized, for him and for her. So you're sure to find that perfect pair. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/KFMS. I know it's a lot of letters.
A lot of
I'll do it
letters.
again for you. mvmt.com/KFMS. You know, Movement, they've revolutionized the watch industry. Now it's time to check out their sunglasses. Go to mvmt.com/KFMS. Join the movement.
Join the movement, for God's sakes.
And our two winners today. Our first winner is. She's just put the link in there. It'd be nice if she just put the link. Okay, our first winner today is from Patreon. Games Patreon.
Do you want me to try to say that?
Yeah, go for it.
Porfirio M. Porras.
Sir, you have won Toukiden 2.
Tweakiden.
Tweakiden. Tweakiden 2 on the PS4. And our second winner today is Philion. How do you say that?
Yeah, I'd say, or maybe Fillion. Like Nathan Fillion.
Cool.
He's great in
from the
Destiny
Twitch,
2.
Nathan Fillion has won Mages of Mysteria on the PS4. Congratulations to our two awesome winners.
Mistralia. This is one you got wrong last time.
Also, it's from Kind of Funny Patreon, not Kind of Funny Games Patreon. Doesn't matter though.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It
Games.
says KF Patreon.
Yeah, but when you go to it, it takes you to. Oh, it's because I'm logged in. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's from the Patreon.
It's okay.
Mages of Mystralia.
Yeah.
There you go. Fillion won that on Twitch. And ladies and gentlemen, before we let you leave, we have to do the patented 3 and 3. Let's take some comments, concerns.
let's do that.
And then Danny O'Dwyer can stop fucking haunting me because he's like, let me go on. I need to go on.
What does he sound
really
like?
sound
He sounds like John Lennon.
Far and away, man. Far and away. Remember that movie?
No, I don't.
Gotta stake your claim in America. Far and away.
I do not remember that
Man,
movie.
Danny hates
a
me
lot.
so
So
much.
I saw a few comments saying like, "Man, Andy sounds really slurry and slow today, and he looks very tired." Well, yeah, I stayed up until 3 in the morning playing Destiny 2, getting ready for the raid. Kevin, I am raid ready. I am a power level of 278.
That's what I'm talking about.
Give it up for me, man. Give it up for me.
B Silver 87 says Nick's a bit rusty, eh? Yeah, I am.
I think
I'm
we all
tired.
are.
I'm a little. I've been up since 4 in the morning. I went to Trader Joe's already today.
Yeah?
Did my laundry today.
Damn.
Cleaned up the house.
What a full day
Did a
already.
bunch of great stuff today.
Go home and sleep.
And then Tim called me and was like, "Hey, are you coming in today?" I was like, "No, I wasn't planning on it." And he goes, "I really need you to." And I was like, "Because I'm a fucking team player and a motherfucking G, I'm in.
Fuck yeah,
G.
dude.
Fucking in. I'm a G."
Fuck yeah, man.
Joey, what's up?
Question.
Yeah.
We talked about the Nintendo thing today.
No, we have not talked about the Nintendo thing today. I'm sorry, I apologize. That was supposed to be on. We are doing a Nintendo Direct Reacts, I assume. Oh no, we're streaming the. Are we gonna restream the 3 o'clock today? Right.
3 p.m.
We will be doing the Nintendo
Pacific
Direct.
time.
Live reaction.
So we're gonna do that. We'll have live reactions, and of course, we'll talk about all the cool things.
Will we
Nintendo.
get Super Smash Bros?
We don't,
probably not.
Will we see a lot of Mario Odyssey? Probably. Will they talk about ARMS for 45 minutes? Probably.
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 Will we finally get a Stardew Valley release date? God, I hope so.
No, this isn't an indie stream. Joey,
indies,
your dreams will
Joey.
be crushed.
They're gonna talk about DLC for ARMS. That's all they're gonna talk about. ARMS. Everyone's, oh, ARMS is a great game. Yeah, you're not fucking playing that game now. You're not playing. When's the last time you played ARMS?
I never got it.
Shh.
I got
Ruined the joke,
I got
sir.
like the beta.
Downloaded Mario Plus
Rabbids? Yeah?
Started playing that a little bit on the plane.
Yeah?
Couldn't get into it.
Really? It's so good.
Not for me. It also helps that I had.
Not for me either.
Not for me. It also helps that I had also downloaded Shovel Knight, And then I was like,
You beat that game.
yeah, well.
What a good song,
Oh
man.
man, Shovel Knight's fucking legit, dude. Legit. D Danger 10 says, what did you guys think of the live action Pete's Dragon? I personally really liked it. P.S. Happy raid days, guys. Didn't watch it. Did you
My
watch
dad
it?
really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, my dad. No, you know what? It wasn't that. It was the BFG.
No, the BFG, the big fucking gun.
He was like, yeah, he was like, the kids loved it.
big
The
fucking gun.
my nieces and nephew. He was like, they loved it. He was like, I thought it was pretty good.
Couldn't see that
BFG.
movie because it made me think of the BFG from Doom.
Doom,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Fucking
sure
awesome. God damn, Doom was a good game. What is the required viewing for this week? No idea. No idea. They don't tell me anything unless they need me to fill in.
Arrested Development seasons 1 through 4. No, you know what?
No, 1 through 3. 1 through 3.
What?
Let's be smart.
4 is not bad. Come on.
Season 4.
4
of
is
Arrested-
not a bad season.
I apologize.
Season
I'm so
4 of
tired. I
Arrested
thought I said
Development.
required reading. It's required viewing.
Did you say season 4 of Arrested Development
sorry
is
about
not that bad?
Season 4 of Arrested Development is
Season
not
4
that bad.
of Arrested Development is utter trash.
No, it is not.
It's
Let's do it. Wait,
upsetting.
when am I doing them? Am I doing the morning show for the rest of the days? Should we have a required viewing?
For tonight? Oh, can we do the tick?
You're in my
Hell
mind.
yeah.
Now, Greg's on with me on Friday, though. So, Kev, you're going to have to jump on with me and talk about the tick.
When?
Friday.
I'm
Or we can do it
100%
tomorrow.
down. I don't know if I'll be back in time for tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, so why don't we
Friday.
say tentatively,
Yeah.
you and I are going to talk the tick on Friday.
Awesome.
Cool. Anyone who wants to talk tick on Friday, go ahead and watch tick. We'll spend about 5-10 minutes talking about that tick.
It goes really fast.
It's
and
really fast. The episodes are like 22 minutes long, I think, and there's only 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, it's something
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's take a couple. Let's actually go into sub-only mode now. Hold on, I'll do that.
Man, you're so good.
I know. You want to see me do some other shit?
Did you go to Sylvan or
Did it.
Phoenix Online, learn some
Oh
programming?
shit, Mr. Yasman 300 says, what about Narcos season 3? Kev, did you watch Narcos?
I did not watch Narcos.
Fuck, man.
Dude, I
Narcos
need-
season 3 is really good
I need
too.
to fucking watch it. I need to watch it.
Dude, the 3rd season, I don't know how they keep doing it, but it's every bit as good as the other 2 seasons. And that goddamn Agent Pena. Woo!
Is it a man or a...
Oberon, he played Oberon.
Oh yeah, he's a good looking dude.
He is a good-looking.
Good-looking
There's
man.
one point where it's him, and he's talking across from this other really good-looking dude who laundered the money for the Cali cartel, and they're both like stunningly good-looking men, but different types of good-looking. And my wife would just went like this. Ugh. That's all she did. She's like, ugh. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you that
Yeah.
one. I'm gonna give you that one. What's his name?
You beat her, you raped her, you murdered her. Right, Kevin?
What?
What doesn't he say that in Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah.
The mountain?
Oh shit! Lone Wolf 1186 says, "Yo, yeah, what's up with Nick at Night?" Good point. I was gonna start that in September 1st, and I just decided to have a vacation instead. So at some point, I gotta call a date for this. When should we do this?
Just started today.
Starts. No, I'm too fucking. I won't make it to the night today.
But, like, that's interesting, too. Like, you
Is
just
it interesting?
fall
It could be
asleep.
Nick in the evening.
I'll tell you
For a
what.
few nights.
Why don't we say we're gonna start that next week?
Can you commit to that?
I think I can commit to that. Are we here next week? Oh, it doesn't really matter. I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize about that, guys. I was supposed to start that last week, and I just I dropped the fucking ball. I did drop the ball. Also, because I wanted to make a cool graphic for it, and then I realized it's not gonna. No one cares.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elefoot asks, Andy, did you think the environments got better in later parts of Destiny, the games and the strikes? Yes, I do. I think the sci-fi environments look really great, but anything with foliage, anything with like in a city, it really looks like a remastered PS3 game to me.
There's a digital dragon that we have to take down. It's your mother calling. She wants you to take the garbage down.
Why are you doing this, Nick?
Read the next fucking question. God damn it.
I don't know what that is. That's disgusting. For community gaming nights and other streams. Nope, that's just someone else. Well, I guess no one else wants to talk anymore.
Oh, there we go. It's you raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children. That's what it was.
What is that from?
You don't sound anything like him, though.
You raped her, you murdered. No.
You're too Cuban.
Are you doing Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, as
Oberon?
Oberon. Yeah.
Yeah. You should watch fucking Narcos.
The
He's
snake?
phenomenal
No,
in
the
that.
sniper. What's his name?
How far, like, the something Viper? Sand
Viper. The Viper.
No, was that his girls?
The girls were the sand snakes.
Yeah.
But he was the Viper.
Yeah. remember how quickly they just die.
Man, real quick.
They went out fucking fast.
Real quick.
Well, and everyone can't live. What were we gonna ask?
How old is that picture?
Jesus Christ.
Don't focus on your own shit.
All right, ladies and
that
gentlemen, the
picture-
Red Viper is what they call
Like a
them.
month?
The
I
Red
could
Viper.
Figure it out. Maybe like a little bit over a month.
All right, I'm gonna say 2 months.
All right,
Okay.
we're really long in the tooth on this one, guys.
Oh, yeah, we are.
So
Jesus.
we are going to wrap this up today. I will be back tomorrow with Andy, I think. Are you back on the show?
Yeah, we
tomorrow?
are.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
And prepare for me to be even sleepier tomorrow.
No, man. How about you get some sleep and,
Okay.
and do your job right?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love you very much. Thank you for accommodating me. And sorry, we're both a little bit rusty. We'll get back to you on details on Nick at Night. Until then, stick around.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember, the
RPMs.
required reading is Narcos and The Tick.
What? No,
That's required
just
viewing.
the tick. Come
Just
on.
The Tick for now, but watch Narcos also. It's because it's fucking amazing. They'll be right back with Kind of Funny Games Daily, but until then, stick around. I'll be reading subscribers. I love you. Bye.
Bye.